man. Get free. I ain't dropping bombs on you. I'm not enslaving your people. Why are you in front here harassing me? Yeah, look at you. You're stuttering because you're trying to use black people for something. You're simple. Give me Proverbs 9, man. Give me Proverbs 9:27. Listen, let them remain in chains. Let them remain in chains. As long as black people suffer, let them remain in chains. Give back Soho Road and you will have Palestine free. Give back black people, you will have Palestine free. You want to protect black people because you're racist. You Arabs are racist. You Muslims are racist. Especially you Arab women. You are racist. Free. Give me 9:27. You are absolutely racist. We are not doing anything to Palestinian people. We are not bombing the Gaza Strip. But you won't go protest the white man. You know why you won't go protest him? You know why? Because you're scared of the white man. You're scared of the white man. You're scared of the white man. When you see black people and you think you can violate black people, you're scared, read. Chapter 9, verse 17. A foolish woman is clever. Say it again. A foolish woman is clever. What is a foolish woman? It's clever. She's what? Clever. She's simple.
Hey, fuck up.
A foolish woman is clever. Say it again. A foolish woman is clever. What is a foolish woman? It's clever. She's what? Clever. She's simple.
Hey, fuck up.
Back up. Come on back. Read. A foolish woman is clever. She's simple. I know it's nothing. Read again. A foolish woman is clever.
Yeah, Babylon is falling to rise no more. Babylon is falling to rise no more. Falling to rise no more. To rise no more. I'm taking a look in the streets. It's real every day what I see. We constantly searching for peace. My people just wanna be free. We tired of the cell blocks and the bullshit. That lying nigga in the pulpit. Same shit but a different day. I speak truth, they ain't come to play. You in the way, better move, nigga. That follow no way gon' be cool, nigga. Say you gonna get that tool, nigga. Matter of fact.
This a Batman tune, I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit, alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building. We in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy. You on holy ground. They in the building. We in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they sing about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from trust me, he'll real move. He made my life feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze off Run West Maine. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. Little nigga, this that cult, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. You PK bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been a showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West Practical, Gladiator, Maximum. Creep on them slow, but they Glock fire rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it all when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, what's going on, man? Priest Captain Dohar here, standing with Officer Tabawan. We coming from Hollywood, California. Just off the BBC interview, letting everybody know that the ISUPK is going to take over, man. But check it out, this is what I want you to do, right? Command Junior Hunter just dropped a new YouTube channel, the most controversial man in America, man. Subscribe to his channel, America on Fire, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Shalom.
Back roll.
Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes, there's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses, it's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My my bomb atomic. And you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed, y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this war in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know life. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this war in my whole life. My whole life.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
All black is the uniform. Soldiers dead and gone. I'm forever pouring liquor for 'em. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies. face for 'em. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks, they call this shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose. Nigga. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, 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 I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
Hey, what it do, Akim? What it do? How it go? How it go?
Good.
Yo, what's up? Yo, don't tell me y'all feeling sorry for them Palestinians. And y'all sound like y'all in mourning. Y'all sound like y'all in mourning. Like y'all, you know, a little bit sad for the Gaza, for the Golan Heights.
Nah, lie, sir.
So Salakia,
I ain't sure.
The action.
Never that.
Listen, it had enough action to go around. Don't worry about it. We saved some for y'all. Karate has some in the bag right now.
That's right. Absolutely said. Oh God.
Yeah.
Karate is like, damn this. we go in there today.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, man. Listen, tonight we're gonna be going rapid fire tonight, boy, because damn, they got stories on stories on stories. I don't understand how they didn't catch that main shooter yet.
He dead.
Yeah, they found him.
Dead.
Yeah.
Most High in Christ. Come on, fill me in.
He went out like a coward, dude. He shot himself in the head, I believe.
Man, that's what they're saying, man. That's what they're saying. He got way too far for me, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All of them that he killed, it seems as if he killed all oppressors.
And that's the story, man. Me and Kazak was talking the other day. Sometime this last weekend or something, or early this week. It was before. It was before last weekend, right?
Before this incident happened, for sure.
Yeah, so I think it was before last weekend. Man, we were saying, listen, man, if amongst this whole thing with Palestine and Israel come, and these oppressors still decide to be school shooters and, you know, mass shooters, it'll show you that they're really the devil.
And 2 days later, this devil going up in there and start firing down on people. How much? I think it's 20 people hit and over 50 or 60 wounded.
I think 18 dead.
18 dead, 20 people dead, and about 50 or 60, I think, wounded.
Yeah.
In the middle of war with the Gaza, he still found time to be the damn devil.
Right.
And
That's crazy.
And the city spot where you from is Maine. Where you from? To say that everybody in there look like they have guns.
Well, that's what I was trying to find out. So Maine is a pro-gun state.
Yeah. They say everybody there, you know what I mean, more likely has something. And he was able to do all that. No.
Right? Tri-Fold said Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of. You're absolutely right, bro.
That's right.
You're absolutely right. You know what I mean? Listen, man, big up Commander Johnny Hanna again. Hardest working now in Israel, holding it down on this channel, Commander Johnny Hanna channel. Check him out every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check him out. All right. You could also check him out on Wednesday, Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. I believe he hitting it now from 7 p.m. Right. And, we always on from 9 p.m. Saturday night, holding it down. I believe he's in California right now, rocking it out with the brothers. Blazed down the damn Hollywood stars yesterday, doing the do. Big up Cesaria. I mean, Cesaria got the jumper. He's the jump shot kid. He sit down there with no jumpers, and they was like eating out his hand. They was in school.
Yeah,
they was absolutely in full school, and it was right. It was absolutely righteous and right how he was handling that thing right there. You know what I mean? And then all the brothers on the West Coast and the sisters on the West Coast for the West Coast cookout. I know y'all had a ball for sure. Houston coming up next end of November, and Commander Johnny Hanna has a lecture coming up on the addictions of pornography and video games, and how it's ruining lives, and they both link together. They both down near, part of the fishing plot to destroy black men. You know what I mean?
Right.
So y'all don't get quiet, don't worry. If you play a little video game, don't worry about it. Everybody get quiet. And it's just like, right. Yeah, man. So Arawadia say, I'm flicking the guitar strings to that good Gaza music. Yeah, man. That's how it go. I mean, so they get into it. I mean, y'all know we had the usual suspects every weekend. Of course, yeah, Captain Nathak, coming out from North Carolina by way of DC, down with us. I mean, all the way. Captain Manhunt holding down the South, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, you name it. I mean? Big Cap himself done that at 10,000 Captain Karaf. You're holding on the whole of the UK. What's up, bruv? I mean, and we are Officer Kazakai Man holding down DC. I mean, making them cry, bringing the pain. I can't bring the pain hardcore to your brain.
That's it.
I mean? So let's get into it, man. What we going into first? The Warships or the Maine dude? I didn't know he committed suicide.
Gosh.
I did not know that. I thought they were still looking for him.
No.
I got the main article right here, sir.
Please,
Kawakan. Suspect in Maine shooting rampage is dead from apparent self-inflicted gunshot. Authorities say a U.S. Army reservist accused of killing 18 people and injuring 13 others in a shooting rampage in Maine this week was found dead Friday evening, apparently from a self-inflicted gunshot. After a 2-day manhunt, a state official said. Robert Card, accused of committing Wednesday's massacre at a bowling alley and a restaurant in Lewiston, Maine, was found dead around 7:45 p.m. Friday near the Androscoggin River in the Lisbon Falls area, about some 10 miles Lewiston, State Public Safety Commissioner said. Maine Governor Janet Mills said she is breathing a sigh of relief tonight, knowing that Card is no longer a threat to anyone. Now is a time to heal, Mills, who said Maine State Police found the body. Tonight, the city of Lewiston and the state of Maine begin to move forward on a long road to healing. Card's body was found in an area near a recycling center from which he had been.
If I could, because
I
mean, I don't know. I kind of need to see, like you said, Maine was a gun state. Then police show up with the what's called that? The militarized vehicles.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he just off himself. We don't even know if that's him.
I think that they say he was like in the woods. They was trying to track him down because at first they surrounded his house, right? But they didn't want to go in. You understand? And then
they went into Breonna Taylor house.
Yeah, but this
they kicked in the door and went into Breonna Taylor house and put her down.
Yeah,
she didn't kill nobody.
She was sleeping, and
she was sleeping.
Yeah, and she ain't no marksman. This dude here to say he is a marksman. Is once Esau recognized, there's somebody that could end his life, he tends to take extreme precautions in trying to.
I think there's a word for that. That's not precaution. That's called cowardice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that called. That's what I call them old school cartoon. They'll say you have a yellow belly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what they'll say. They say you have a yellow belly.
Yep.
That's called cowardice, brother. Mm-hmm. Like, damn. Like, I don't even know if he's even. When I first heard about it, I thought he was like an ex-cop or something. Because to hit that many people and to be able to move in that manner and have the police backing up off of you, you had to be some ex-law enforcement or ex-military.
Yeah, he's
That's
military.
the only people who they back up off of. Say again?
He's ex-military.
He's ex-military. I figured so.
He was a sergeant in the military.
So
and he was a marksman too. So he know how to, to put them down. He was a trained killer. So, excuse my language. He was a trained unaliver.
He was a quintessential oppressor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as I say that too, I know we're gonna get to it too, but it goes back to the same thing with Israel and them Hamas people. They said that that same when Hamas came in to Israel, they say it took the military at least 6 hours to respond to the whole ordeal. Because they were dealing with men who could shoot and, who willing to, who just throwing their life, at whim. And they said that them men take back a good number of, they have a good number of military personnel with them. And I think that's why they ain't hesitating to go in. You know what I mean? But, it just goes to show you, once you show up and it's a gunfight, he thinking twice. And as I said, that's a sign of a coward. You understand?
Yeah.
Like he thinking twice. You trained to do that, but it's almost like I could lose my life, and I ain't ready to do that for these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, that's crazy. Did he leave a manifesto or any kind of motive for what he did?
It doesn't say so, sir. It says they haven't announced a motive in the shooting.
You know what I like to do with them? They're saying he crazy. They're saying he had mental issues. They say he was released before this. I think he spent 2 weeks in the mental hospital. You know what I mean? So they know something was going on with him, and he told them. Yeah, and he told them that voices I think was telling him to kill, to go on some base or whatever, and just kill people. And somehow they still ain't go take his guns. They know this man, he is a trained unaliver. he has mental issues, and you still leave him with them guns. Well, go ahead, make your gun load.
Like they really dropped the ball on this one.
Mm-hmm.
They really dropped the ball on this one here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And go ahead, Lucky.
No, I said all we had to do is just tell the Lord to that no brother or sister get caught up in them crossfire.
That's right.
That we know of so far. I mean, did they identify all the victims?
I think the article, if you go lower down, they have all the 18 victims. I think the article that we have, if it goes all the way down, you know what I mean. From just remembering what I looked at.
Not all of them devils.
All of them.
Yep, they got the picture of all of them devils, sir.
Listen, man, the Lord moving through this earth, man. And all we best just stay out the way.
Yep.
Stay out these heathens' way. Let them fight each other. Let them harm each other. Like they were staying out the way when we was doing it to each other. When we had the gang warfare and the turf warfare, they said, listen, man, let them take each other out.
Yep.
Less of them for us, less N-words for us.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do the same thing now with them. We can't be trying to save their kingdom and their community and their society. You got to stand back and buy a drink and something to eat and fall back in that recliner and watch this thing go to hell, bro.
Mm-hmm. I think Kahan trying to get something.
Oh, Salaki, go ahead, Cap.
Hey, Salaki, Cap, it's like an early Halloween. I know Halloween coming up. So he turned it in, he turned it into Michael Myers 2.0. With a weapon. You know what I'm saying? With a gun, so they want Halloween. Well, here you go.
Yep.
Understand the Maine man.
The Maine maniac. The maniac from Maine.
Right, the maniac from Maine.
Yeah.
And look at his face. Look at his face, Hakim. Like this looked like any oppressor you would pass in the supermarket. He looked like he'd beg on the side of the street in the median. Look at you come up to your glass and ask for money. And not knowing he is just a bloodthirsty, demon-possessed thing that they let out. And then they're gonna say he crazy. I ain't too sure. I need to see that. I need to see the body. I need to see it.
Right. Yeah. That's so crazy too, eh? Like that you're saying that too. Knowing the time we're in, you can't trust this oppressor at all.
I'm trying to tell you. I need to see the body.
Yeah. Because that whole talk too, I going back to that whole scenario because what I mean, that hot on the press right now with Israel and Hamas. Like the verdict's still out on whether they cut them babies' head off. What they're saying is more than likely Israel is just, like how to put it, like marking it up to make these people look like real, barbarians.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Listen, from what I've seen, both sides is slimy.
Yeah,
both sides is absolutely slimy. The small hats, on them, they're gonna tell everybody how horrible these Philistines are. They're gonna tell them how these Philistines doing this, that, the other, and these Philistines are a goddamn plague. They're a plague and pest. Witness it firsthand. They absolutely detest black people. Absolutely hate black people unless you under their foot. You sleeping under their foot, they love you. The minute you start standing up for your own people, they absolutely hate you. They're a bunch of bullies, man. The only difference between them and the small hat is the small hat got missiles. He got the missiles and he got a what's the thing? The Iron Dome.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only difference between them.
Yeah. He had power, as you're saying. That's straight up power in the Middle East, right there. Like you can imagine they're sitting in the middle of all them Arabs and nobody touched them. That is power arc.
Yeah,
you touch them and you know what I mean. Your whole family getting wiped out right now. And the Bible ain't lying when they say, you know what I mean, you touch this man, without the Lord sanction, and you're gonna die 7 times 7. You mean you're gonna feel that joint? Because almost what you kill 1,500 of his own, and multiply that by 7. You know what I mean? And he continuing with it too. He gonna wipe them off the face of the map.
Oh, listen.
He gonna
Guys are gonna break off and fall into the sea.
I'm telling you.
It's gonna break off and fall into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go ahead, Cap.
Now, I ain't mean to cut you off, Caps, a lot.
No, go ahead, please.
And you know, everybody trying to make black people, Hispanic and Native American Indian people pick a side.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody trying to make us pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
But I still haven't heard what side the LGBTQI community, what side they pick.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I haven't heard what side, who they siding with. Why ain't anybody putting pressure on them?
Yeah.
And they asking us about this and about that. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China and the price of peace in Palestine? Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
They look, they stirring up the hornet's nest messing with the UPK. I'm gonna tell you right now, because we're gonna break their heart.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna literally break their heart.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
you ain't never lie. Nah, Cap, you ain't never lie right there. You ain't never lie right there, brother. You know what I mean? These people want you to feel sorry for them. Meanwhile, they cannot feel for nobody else. You know what I mean? And I want to get to that story too. I think it's like the last story on the list, where the reservation is damn near not pledging allegiance, but sending their support for Palestine. And it's so, you know, I think now, in fact, you mentioned this a few weeks ago. It's like, once again, we're such slaves.
Mm-hmm.
We're such slaves in this place where we oppressed too, and we could feel for them, but they're free to really rage and hate their oppressor and do whatever. But we not. We always looking up and joining forces, but nobody ever doing anything for us. You know what I mean? I think it's number 19.
Yeah, and if that's the case too, Cap, if you listen to most of them Palestinians when they're crying, the boo-hooing to them reporters and them, they like to make claims to the Native Indian. You understand? And yet again, they're trying to separate the Native Indians from us, from the Hispanics. You know what I mean? By calling the apply out. Yet the Native Indians was here first. But they was not the first on that land. That's our land you're on. So
exactly.
I understand we're really trying to, you know what I mean, compare it to. You know what I mean? If you had to compare it to that, then you had to make claim to black people and all too. Like say it, go all the way, say it. But they will never bring black people in it, because if they bring us in it, we have a stake there too. They're keeping us out of everything. Even, you know what I mean? Even the Hamites and them. They're keeping us out of everything, but they like to make that play on the Native Indians because it's a fact, a known fact, what Esau or the oppressor did to them. You know what I mean?
Yep. And it's like the optics of it, the history of it. They try to align it together.
Yeah,
they try to align it together. Like when I don't know if you all saw recently where the Prime Minister of England met with Netanyahu. I think this was last week, Friday. And he said that the Palestinians are the new Nazis.
Yeah.
You see that?
Brother.
That's crazy.
Brother. I'm like, y'all just drop bombs on these people. And they're the new Nazis. Oh man. I was like, listen, whoever's writing that script, I think that's one of the people from the SAG, from the Screen Actors Guild who's striking.
Right.
They can't write no movies. They can't write no movies for Hollywood, but they're writing a script for these damn politicians.
Right.
So like, Cap,
go ahead.
Cap, they wouldn't put that script on Tubi. I want to say this. Now, hold on. Now, I'm so sick of both of these. Look, now Netanyahu, he want to frame them. He like they like to control the narrative. Remember, they run Hollywood, So they trying, but it don't fit. Every actor eventually forget his lines, his script.
Yeah.
Eventually, if he acting. So now here we have it. Here we have it. They trying to say they the Nazis. And then the other thing is I want to point out is both of them claiming Abraham, both of them claim to be religious, but not either side is saying God did this.
Yeah.
Right.
Neither side is saying, you know what, the Lord allowed this, the Lord done this, the Lord is doing this.
Right.
They not saying that. They supposed to both have prophets.
Right.
Why they ain't saying this judgment from God?
Exactly.
They hypocrites. Both of them.
Yeah. Yep.
The Bible said a bastard gonna dwell in Ashdod.
Right.
That's
The
right.
Lord said that was gonna happen. And can't now one of them groups deal with us, the UPK and the Bible. None of them.
None. You're right.
So like I yield.
Yeah.
No, brother, they want to slaughter us. They don't want to slaughter us for anything in the Bible.
You're gonna get the story?
I'm looking for the video where he said that he knew Nazis.
Oh,
hold on,
man. I like the language you're using to them. Boy, a black man, I tell you, he should, he should revel in this right now. Somebody getting called lower than what we've been called for the past 400 years.
Right.
Yep.
revel in it right now, black man. You know what I mean? At least somebody taking the blunt of it right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And if I could say one more thing, Cap.
Go ahead.
The whole thing with these colleges, the thing is, I know we all remember when they was talking about you couldn't talk about critical race theory, right? Now,
right.
And remember the UPK, we prophesied, we said no problem. You want to close the book, the Lord gonna put you in the book. And lo and behold, they don't want to talk about critical race theory, but now you have to talk about geopolitics in a room full of Arabs and Jewish people in the same classroom, and they fighting and protesting on colleges right now.
Yeah.
See, the Lord got a way of dealing with all this trying to censor everybody's stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Cut through the algorithm.
Yep. You're so right, Kahan. Salaki Cap. I mean to
now go ahead, please.
But what Kahan's saying there, is it's heavy for the mere fact that you're trying to censor us, right? And now you can clearly see the reason why you're trying to censor us. Because if the truth really allowed to come out, all these other nations go have to sit back and watch.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now the UN, like how the Israelis trying to say the UN is useless. If black people really wake up and come in and start to see the true history, where there was, in these centuries, and see who we really were, and start to wake up, the UN is going to look like, they just, they're just how to put it, pawns for America and Israel and these other nations. You know what I mean? And these big nations. Because ain't nobody need the UN help more than black people.
Right.
Hispanics and Native Indians. You understand? Right. We need more help than all them other countries. All them countries. Yeah. You could combine all them countries together. Black people still, their problems could be on the top of the list. You know what I mean? You tell me you have Mexicans on the border in cages and the UN is saying nothing about it.
Nothing.
UN is saying nothing about it. Black people living in the ghettos where it looked like bomb drop in it, and the UN is saying nothing. They could clearly see the health disparity between black people and the so-called oppressor. They could clearly see the problems that are taking place here is way worse than what's going on across there. You know what I mean? They getting blockade for what? 56 years. We've been blockade for what? Over 400 years?
Easily.
And you crying? You know what I mean? Watch what they're doing to the Puerto Ricans. Ain't nobody come out and cry for the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans, they have to they have to before anything come to on their land, it had to go through America. So they gain tax on top of tax.
Right.
And ain't nobody crying for the Puerto Ricans.
Nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And nobody calling the border patrol the new Nazis.
Yeah.
Young children locked up in cages, all kind of sex trafficking going on. Nobody's saying that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cap, you were going to say something, Gracia?
No, just absolutely, just what you said. You know, look at it. Look at even countries like England. You know, people think England's what tea and crumpets and beautiful and nice, and little do you see, England has ghettos in there, poverty, horrible areas, and guess who lives in them areas? Black people do, and no one said nothing about it. No one's tried to fix it. No one's tried to make the problem better. If anyone's a Nazi, it's them. Whether they be British oppressors, American oppressors, French oppressors, if anyone's a Nazi, it's them, man. They've been a Nazi to black people since for 400 years. So luck, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. And they'll never want to call, look at themselves as that. Everybody just is a convenient victim for the sake of politics. Yeah, go ahead, because
it's a lot too. Just to piggyback off of what Captain Karate just said. Okay, there's a reason why whenever people are oppressed or struggling, it's like it's default to always compare it to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because subconsciously and consciously, everybody knows that we know about oppression. Like we are we're the standard for it, and that's even more reason why every one of these groups is like they expect for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to rally behind them, because it's like, come on, you know what it's like. Come on, join us. It's like they know that we are the real victims in this, and if they're comparing these people to the Nazis, nobody wants to talk about how Hitler said he modeled everything he did after the United States treatment of the Native Americans. Hitler himself said he wanted to turn the Volga River into the Mississippi River, because he was fascinated about how Andrew Jackson completely took that land from the Native Americans and pushed them past the Mississippi. And he wanted to do that to Hitler wanted to do that to the Jewish people in Europe. Everything he did, he modeled after the treatment of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So if the Nazis are the ultimate villains, well, Hitler learned from the United States.
Yep.
So
everybody knows. As you just said, if they're the ultimate villains, then we the ultimate victims. We the ultimate oppressed. Like ain't nobody more oppressed than us. That's the same thing you also bringing out whole night. Ain't nobody more oppressed than us. And they would not let us talk about our oppression. Even talking about it is a damn problem.
Right.
Even talking about it is a damn problem. Listen, before today, I was like, listen, man, what they're doing to the Palestinians is wrong, whatever. After this show, I'll tell the brothers, I'm going to Google every missile and pray for it. I'm going to get a bottle of olive oil, brother. I'm going to, every missile, I'm going to drop a little bit on the ground and send up some prayers with some frankincense. Now, them missiles make it to the... Let me stop talking before I get the general channel flag. Let me stop talking. Because them people is monsters, boy. They are absolute monsters.
Trust me, Cap. You good. Once it's not against the small hats and them, trust me, they will rally with you. From what I see.
Listen, brother. We witnessed some stuff today. We witnessed some of it last week. But today was a sight to behold, brother. They absolutely despise black people.
That's right.
Absolutely. While they live in fat in England, after black people done soften up England for them and make England, more civil for them to come in, and they done come in. And listen, Captain Karathi was telling me, Karathi, break down that thing you're telling me that recently there with the cops.
Like you said, with the bashing, yeah. So, as everyone knows, in the UK, it was in the 60s, 50s, 40s. It was a horrible place to live, man. If you wasn't white, it was a hard place to live. And black people, we don't soften the place up. You're seeing Palestinian marches everywhere. You're seeing multiculturalism. You're seeing a an East Indian prime minister, and these things black people did. Prior to that, these East Indians, there was something called Paki bashing, man. A white man will say to his friend, listen, let's go Paki bashing. And they'll go out there and there's a mob full of football hooligans to just beat up a East Indian man. And black people had to stick up for them and fight for them. And they'll give the white man something we call a telephone scar, cutting from his ear to his mouth. If you see an old white man in his 70s with a scar on his face, you can look and go, okay, that must be one of them racist guys. When he was younger, he must have been one of them racist guys. And we did that, man. And now they got the nerve to come against black and Hispanics, hate us, call us all types of names, strangle our women in their stores, not give us jobs, treat say that we're scum and we're beneath them. But if it wasn't for us, the England that you love so much that it's not free to talk and be free in England, you wouldn't have that, man, if it wasn't for blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
Go ahead, Cap.
First of all, I want to get a cap in my hand for breaking that down like that, man. Because what he said is directly biblical. Because the Bible said that they told us they said to our soul, bow down that we may go over.
Yep.
That's the only way they get to the next millennium, the next century, the next era is us bowing down. When we stop bowing down, time stops. Progression, quote unquote, stops. What he's saying, it's textbook oppression. It's just we are an extension of the Greco-Roman Empire, and when Rome conquered his enemies, Rome incorporated his enemies.
Right.
He didn't just wipe them out. He made them serve their gods.
Right.
He made them bring their skills and their engineering and everything and their ingenuity and their culture, and that's what made Rome great.
Right.
And that's what America does and the UK does all over to our people, man. And they get mad. These other heathens get mad. They want to say, look, well, join us. And as soon as we start talking about our pain, it overshadows theirs. And they say, how dare you say it hurts?
Right.
How dare you say it hurt you the way it hurt me? I hurt more than you. So you should feel for me.
Right.
Like the inhumanity.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really I'm with you. I can't really say what I want to say on this broadcast about these heathens and about these Palestinians and these Israelis. I really can't say it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll pull the plug on us tonight.
Yeah.
I'm furious with it.
I just want every missile to find its destination. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Karafi, if you have that video, or did you send it to me before? The one you played last night on the ends. I just wanted to show the brother that one with the Arab talking about who used to fight for him. That's the one you sent to me?
Come on, I've sent you via WhatsApp, I believe.
Okay. Let me play Netanyahu first.
Yeah, this dude right here, Meshach, I ain't lying. Boy. Yeah, this dude right here. Boy.
Oh boy.
Why they doing that, Cap? You know he have a son in America here, right?
Who, Netanyahu?
Yeah, 32 years old. He does not want to go back to Israel. You know why? He'll have to go.
He ain't trying to go to war.
Yeah, he ain't trying to go to war. He know he'd have to go on that front line because he can't be no general. He gonna have to be, a foot soldier. You know what I mean? But talking mess all the way from America.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Is it yes, I'm gonna play this one here first.
Visited here called Hamas the new Nazis. He was right. You fought the Nazis 80 years ago resolutely, and the entire world supported your action. President Biden called Hamas worse than ISIS. He's right too. Hamas are the new Nazis. They're the new ISIS.
Pause that.
And we have to fight them together, just as the world.
Meshach, you gotta stop, man. but brother, this is so heavy in that it's ironic at the same time too, because Hitler, how to put it, I don't want to say it's nothing to get it the stuff jammed up, but boy, they creating Hitlers. You understand? They created Hamas. They created Hamas to fight the PLO. You understand? They try to do the same thing America did when they went and gave the so-called, I think they say they have like 7 civilized Native Indians. That's the ones they went to and gave guns and make them fight the others. You understand?
Right.
Like the oppressor always find a way to come and divide you. You understand? Like Jay-Z and them, they divided from us because of money. And the oppressor knows all he had to do is give these athletes money and a contract. And even though they see and want to say something about what's going on with black people, they cannot say it. And he find a way to divide you. And his use of money, wealth, is one of the ways he used it to divide you. Well, he did that with the Hamas and them. You understand? He tried to put them in there to try and so the division, so they'll never get strong. You understand?
Right.
You know what I mean? They would fight. That was them trying to fight Arafat. You understand? Because
I
Arafat,
remember.
You understand? So now you go give a group power, guns, money, and you start to, you know what I mean, dictate what they're doing. Before you know it, because it's not of the law, they're gonna turn and bite you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you talk about they Hitlers, they Nazis. You creating them people. You created them Nazi. You understand? You birthed them. So now who is worse? So
listen, listen, you're so right. I gave him a hand for that because that's historical proof right there.
Yeah.
And they'll never bring that up. You know what I mean? And they're really doing the same thing that Hitler did to them, which was blanket them, you know, with some statement to make it easier, so that when they go to unalive masses of them, nobody would feel any sort of you know, any adverse reaction, because in their mind, we don't need another Hitler. We don't need another ISIS. You know what I mean? Like if you was so committed to defending the Lord's people, the earth would be a better place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead. One last lucky cap.
Go ahead.
As you bring out that too. Like Hitler, famous for doing what? Putting the so-called Jewish man in the oven, right? They make claim to that. He unalive a lot of them by putting them in the oven. When you think they drop them bombs on them people, what do you think they're doing? Them things burning people up.
That's
literally
right.
putting them in the oven. So what you talking about? You crying what Hitler did to you, which he was wrong for doing, but now you dropping bomb on children, on women, you unaliving an entire family. They say a family, entire 45 people of an entire family was unalived by a bomb.
Listen, that's 45 more black people that could eat in England.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's 45 more.
The world, the civilized world, united to fight the Nazis and united to fight Hamas, it must together now stand with Israel as we fight and defeat Hamas. This is not merely our battle, it's the battle of the entire civilized world. Chancellor Scholz, who also
understand the battle of the entire civilized world. Like the rhetoric here is right out of World War I and World War II.
Yep.
The talk, you know, they're trying to get this is a battle for the world. It's like, boy, these is gangsters and thugs we're looking at right here. Absolute gangsters and thugs. Go ahead, Cap.
Cap, what you saying is so right. What you saying is nuclear. Because think about it. See, they understand something. See, when you fighting a war, you have to win a war on two fronts. You have to win the physical war, and you have to win the political war. It's the same thing with what happened with the Civil War in the South, with the Confederates and the Union. Now, the Union, they won the physical war, but they lost the political war with the South, which is why they were still able to hang them battle flags and build monuments to traitors. like Robert E. Lee. You understand? So that's the thing. You know, it's the same thing with Vietnam. They trying to win the political war ahead of the war, the physical war, because they know it's gonna get bloody.
Right.
So like I yield.
Right. They're definitely putting things in place. Now I have another video here. Captain Karath showed me this one last night, brother, and this is going right along with what he was just talking about there. Hold on. Bear with me. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and while it doing that, Cap, also too, like go ahead. I'm gonna wait.
Go ahead.
No,
I can pause it.
Okay, no, I was saying the same thing you're bringing out with I think it's Kahan was bringing it up with the World War, the same rhetoric, right? They're trying to follow after what America did when they went after ISIS and when they went for them Arabs when they took down the Trade Center. You know what I mean? They're using the same almost the same exact playbook. You remember when Bush went into the UN and the UN told him, yo, you can't go into Iraq. They don't have nothing.
Exactly.
And he stand up and said, yo, either you're with me or you're against me.
Yeah.
Basically telling the UN, F you, I'm going to do what the hell we're going to do. And went into Iraq. And they basically trying to tell people, if you're not with us, you understand, then you are you are with these murdering bastards.
That's it.
Almost like you trying to force us to choose our side. Why you gotta force us to choose our side? Nobody choose our side. You insure the boats. You know what I mean? You small hats insure the boats to make sure they were you know what I mean, that the so-called oppressor in America here was able to bring us, you know what I mean, across here. You understand? So you choose, you know what I mean, America's side. You didn't choose our side.
Right.
Nobody choose our side. No, but now we must choose our side. Man.
With no kind of choice at all. And without even acknowledging what we go through.
Yeah.
They didn't even come in and say, listen, man, we know you're being oppressed by white man over there in America and the Chinese there in South America and the Chinese in the Caribbean, East Indian. But listen, man, we know you're all oppressed. We want you to, come and share with us your experience so we know how to survive. They're not even acknowledging that part.
No.
And then coming respectfully. They just, free Palestine, come fight with us, come fight for us, or else we'll do to you what they're doing to us.
Yeah.
Horrible people, man.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Almost want me to keep a roll of toilet paper at the camp. I mean, you want us to help Palestine? Look, a roll of toilet paper. I think they will need some of that. Take this back to them. Let them use that as Band-Aid. You know
some
what I mean?
hand sanitizer.
You know what I mean? Take that back and use it sparingly. Use one block.
Let me play this video here.
We were getting bullied. It was only the black people that was sticking up for us. You understand? So we had something in connection with one another. You understand where I'm coming from? So it's like the white guy used to call us terrorists and you're the reason, 9/11 happened and because of Iraq and so on and so forth. They were cursing us. Anytime we used to get hit or whatever, it was the black kids or whatever, they used to stick up for us. So growing up, I was always around black people.
Even how he say that, it was the black kids or whatever. We fighting for your dumb ass. And you still so disrespectful towards us. And brother, the disrespect ain't stopping there, Akim. You're going to hear it. He's on a podcast with other Muslims, and I think there's an imam on there.
Anytime we used to get hit or whatever, it was the black kids or whatever, they used to stick up for us. So growing up, I was always around black people. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So as I got to a stage where, like, you know what, all of my friends that surround me, yeah, they are black, but they're not Muslim. The only times I'm around Muslims when I come to the masjid. That's the only times. In madrasa, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think it was Thursday as well, if I'm not wrong. 5:30 to 7:30. That's when I'm around Muslims.
Did you ever ask the madrasa teachers, look, what's your? Because you said, look, you didn't know it's haram at that time.
No.
I do feel. I don't know, you know. And again, this is not to say you're not being honest, but
like, brother, he's saying he didn't know it was haram around that time. Is he saying it's haram for them people to hang around with black people?
It's all like that, you know.
But we running up in there thinking, you know, we could be brothers. My brother, fighting on behalf of you because we just such a better people. We don't want nobody oppressed. Meanwhile, secretly, when you go to your places of worship, you had to get cleansed because you've been around black people.
Boy.
It's crazy.
And it's a lot.
It's a wild, crazy place. Go ahead, Cap.
And see, them black Muslims got to speak for this. They got to say something about this. They act like it's not discrimination in Islam. You got to speak on this. But the problem is they don't think we know. They think we don't know about what's going on in Islam. We know more than what you think we know, and we know how they treating your black ass.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They prayers go to Allah first, not yours. You understand? Like they don't want it. Like I'm trying to tell you, Cap. I'm trying. Listen, Cap. I'm trying. But it just show you how. And we could thank Martin Luther King for this. Thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King.
That's right.
Right.
Because that is what got us putting everybody before us. Got us bowing down so who can go over? So the Arabs can go over, so the Christians can go over, so all these other heathens can go over. Because what? We bow down. We say, you know what, you go first. You know what I'm saying? Because we see the humanity in them, but they don't see it in us.
Nope.
No.
They don't see it. That's what the Lord was trying to show us in the Bible. That these nations don't see no humanity in you. Let alone you being God's chosen people. That's an insult.
Right.
So like I yield.
No, you're right. Yeah, please.
And this shows how merciful black people are. You mean tell me, the Windrush generation, the first, black people that came to England in droves, fought for his grandparents when it was Paki bashing, and fought them off against racist attacks, and then the grandchildren of the Windrush generation is helping him. He's talking about 9/11, which wasn't that long ago, and black people are still fighting for heathens, still making sure that they're okay. We were the terrorists. The oppressor didn't think we were the terrorists. The oppressor didn't care. We weren't bombing anything. We weren't known for having bombs. We weren't known for bombing planes, and we fought for him. And this man spoke on a podcast like we're disgusting. This man saying, guys, I got black friends, but what's the reason for that? I know I was hanging around with them disgusting black people, but there's a reason. The reason is they helped me when I was down. So please don't judge me. Don't look at me like I'm a bad person. I was only with them because at the time they were helping black people. So what was I supposed to do? This man said it was haram and it was disgusting. It was a sin not to hang around with weed smokers, not to hang around with gun busters or gang members, but with black people.
Right.
To think we fought for him. It's like, you sir.
That's right. Listen, you hit the nail on the head there because you so right. He ain't say, some of my people is terrorists, and I was wrong for that, or he make it seem like just hanging around black people was just the worst thing he could have did.
Right. So
and he's apologizing for it using a quote unquote legitimate excuse. I used to get beat up and they could fight, so that's how I get to hang out with the the haram and them. It's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Hey, Cap, the haram. Haram is like what? Like an infidel?
Haram is like it's bad, like almost like abomination.
Okay,
that's what it is. Let me look it up and see if I could get definite. But it's like that's it's like taboo there.
So like
go ahead, Cap.
I'm still waiting on DJ Khaled. I'm still waiting on see, cause see, we can get real segregationists when it come to all this stuff they stole from us. Them Palestinians don't think that we know all. I told you that fish they got on that Palestinian that fish belonged to us. That black fish on that revolutionary Palestinian flag that belonged to the Black Panthers. We want that back.
Right.
Put something else on the flag. Salak, are you?
So that's what haram mean there.
Oh, so which means he's saying to hang with black people is like alcohol, gambling, and pornography.
That's basically what he's saying, because he really trying to say that's how he get introduced to the life, because all his friends was black.
Because you can clearly see he ain't all the way trying to look Arab. He ain't like the imam and them. You understand what I'm saying? And it's almost like he giving them an excuse why the way he is, and not blaming them for not looking out for him. You understand? He ain't blaming them. He ain't saying, well, you all where you all were when they were, you know what I mean, when they was calling me such names. Where it was in the mosque doing what?
That's right.
I needed you out here. But he ain't blaming them. You know what I mean? But instead he's trying to flip it on the black man who was actually trying to, you know what I mean, look out for him. Because black people, that's how he is. You rolling with us, we genuinely look at you like, you know what I mean, with all the truth. We look at you like, you know what I mean, like you're a brother. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? And that's just show you, you know what I mean, we Lord people. You know what I mean? The loyalty that comes from us, you will never find that with them other nation, because the Lord call them beasts. You understand? And an animal, he has no type of loyalty when it comes to his belly, when it comes to him looking after himself, selfishness. You understand? And he was being full out selfish.
You ain't never lied there. You ain't never lied. Hold up.
And if I could, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is how we know that color matters. Because this Arab didn't say, you know, I was sitting back in the day, most of my friends wasn't Muslim. Most of my friends were, you know, they weren't Muslim. He said they are black. Like black people are sinners and we're disgusting. He didn't say, you know, it was, I was rolling around with Christians because Christians helped me. I was rolling around with, you know, Sikhs because Sikhs helped me. So I was rolling around with black people, meaning black people are trouble. They're haram, but that's all I had at the time. Sorry, forgive me. Like, be like black is synonymous with bad. When these same black people that you're talking about helped you, where was your Muslim friends, man? Where was your Muslim brothers? But black people, we're so loving and we know how it feels to be oppressed. And we see someone being oppressed, the first thing we do is run to their aid, man. And that's the problem. We gotta start loving ourselves and not loving these heathen, man. So lucky.
Now you're right. Go ahead.
And what the captain's saying is so heavy because black people, it's cities, especially down south, where they didn't even know there was a Palestinian population. It's people, like they coming out the woodworks, and then black people is saying, I didn't know all these Palestinians was in the city. And they saying, okay, where were you when that cop shot that black man and we were protesting? Where were you?
Right.
I didn't see any Palestinian flags out here when George Floyd got choked out. I didn't see you when all these the black people, some that's nameless, that got killed and then reached the news. Where were you? Now you out in droves, got the flag on the car, honking the horn, all on the side of the road and saying, come join us, we brothers. Where were you then? The Bible says an enemy cannot be hid in the time of adversity. And it also says a brother is born for adversity. They're not our brothers, and they never will be.
That's right.
So like I yield.
That's right.
Wow. I had this video here with Kali, then we move on to the other stories. I mean, there's so many of them Palestinians who is attacking him online because he ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? He ain't saying nothing about the thing. There was another video where he just standing there and he put the Palestinian flag and I think the Israeli flag, and he said the solution is love. We need more love. And brother, this Palestinian went off on him. This is another one here.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Habibi, you're Palestinian. Your people need you. 38 million followers, yet you choose to be mute. Allah is watching and He will deal with you too. Palestinians, don't worry. We are here for you.
Like, they're going off on him, man. They say 38 million followers and you ain't saying a damn thing. You ain't saying nothing about what's really going on in Palestine. You get the point? And they don't really care about their own people. They don't give a damn about their own people.
Like it, sir. DJ Khaled, he said losing money is not haram.
that shit is not halal.
Yeah, not halal, right. Losing money is haram.
That's right.
Hello, Apanya. Barak.
What's going on, Naka? Now to come in here with you heavy hitters, see how it's going. What I been?
We talking about the accuracy of them missiles. Them missiles had a hit in the most accurate place ever.
Them missiles laying that place to gravy.
Yeah.
To show you how cruel this Edomite man is. Now, his people was in concentration camps. You would think, can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, we ain't
You would think he would have compassion based on that alone. You know what I'm saying? But he's a cruel beast. You know what I mean? And even though he's smiling in our face, you know what I'm saying? He thinks the same way about us. You know what I mean? And we don't realize it. We think he loves us.
Right.
We listening to the propaganda of these politicians.
That's right.
Meanwhile, this man don't love us. This man hate us.
That's right, sir.
Hate our guts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's looking for the opportunity to do us in. You know what I mean? So it's wicked as hell. And the Palestinians ain't no better because they can't do nothing to the white man. So of course, who else to bother? Who else to start with? Who you gonna take your frustration out on?
That's right.
Take it out on the niggas. That's everybody can beat them without a problem.
Right.
If you beat them, everybody look at it like they must have did something.
Yep.
That's why you beat them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which has been the problem for us. You know what I mean? I just want to add in on that. Salaki. I yield.
You so right, sir. Like they had their issue is clear. The whole world know who they having an issue with.
Yeah.
But yet still, if they really love their people, then go fight. Who's oppressing your people.
Yeah.
But now you want to turn around and follow 400 years, 1,000 years of the oppressor, the same oppressor beating us, and you just join in and lump us up because you getting bullied.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like they cheered Farrakhan on every time he had a speech. He has a Palestinian or one of their military leaders. He would have them in his conference, his Million Man March, his different conferences. He always, had somebody to speak on the Palestinians' behalf. But when have the Palestinians spoke on our behalf?
Right.
That's
right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like if the Palestinians was right, the first thing they would say when it comes to us is, now we understand what you black people have been going through because we've been going through the same thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now they would say, man, we honor you black people and Latino people because we've been going through this for a short period of time, but you've been going through this for hundreds of years.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Half a millennium you've been going through this. So we recognize y'all. But of course, every nation care about their own suffering. They care about themselves being loved. You know what I'm saying? But us, they could give a damn about. And on top of that, the Palestinians is receiving much love.
Yeah,
That's right.
They're receiving much love for everything that's happening to them. They're putting pressure on the Israelis, telling the Israelis, you got to stop, you got to stop. Saudi Arabia just came out today and said it would be a deadly mistake. I'm paraphrasing because he may not have used the word deadly, but he said it would be a very big mistake for the Israelis to go into Gaza with ground troops. So in other words, he's telling them, look, man, you pushing all the people against you. Now, a minute ago, he was about to make a deal with the Israelis. Now he's talking about, yo, it'd be a terrible mistake. He trying to put it to him like, you go out and do that. That'll be a terrible thing that you do.
Right.
That'll be an evil thing that you do, and we might retaliate, or we'll pull back, or whatever they might decide they want to do. So the Palestinians getting heads of state to speak up for them.
Yeah.
Ain't no heads of state speaking up for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? African nations are all in the UN. They all in there. You know what I'm saying? They want us to come to Ghana and spend our money and all that, but none of them turn around and get up in the UN and say, we want to speak about how you've been treating our black brothers over here in the United States.
Right.
Yes, you've been evil, you've been wicked, you've been this. They ain't saying nothing about none of that.
That's right.
So they don't. So we don't get the love. The difference with us and them is after hundreds and hundreds of years of oppression, we get in a jam with Esau. We get in trouble because nobody coming for our rescue, if not for your house child. We get in a jam with this Edomite man, and that's our behind.
Right.
Because nobody gonna speak up for us. But at least somebody pressuring for them to stop killing them Palestinians. They come to kill us, everybody gonna act like they deserve it.
You're right.
They gonna say they deserve it because they're criminals. They think what happens to the Mexicans coming across that border, drowning in that water, getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? Catching disease, starvation. They think that they deserve it because they're one of the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. So both sides of the conflict is as evil as hell, and none of them is for our greater cause.
That's right.
How bad we are. The reason there's no love for us out there because we don't have no love for ourselves.
That's right.
The love we're supposed to have for ourselves is supposed to foster others to recognize our suffering because we're supposed to stand up for our suffering.
That's right.
Instead, we partying and having a good time and being whatever filthy thing the slave master wants us to be. So, of course, why would anybody feel that you're suffering and have mercy on you? Makes no damn sense, man. This is an evil world. And I got bad news for blacks, Latino, and Native Indians. You ain't part of it.
That's right.
You're not part of it. I yield.
If I could, sir, it's so heavy what you're saying because, like, this whole thing about solidarity, I've been hearing it all week. All last week, ever since this thing kicked off. Now, and I'm always asking myself, okay, what do we get for our solidarity? Like, if a black person hang an Israeli flag on their balcony, will they get their half rent off from the Jewish landlord?
Right.
If we hang a Palestinian flag or have a Palestinian flag, will a Palestinian surgery give us a free surgery at his clinic?
Right.
Will they give us free medicine, free healthcare?
Right.
Or free gyro, whatever the hell they be making. Will they give us that for free?
Right.
They want us to give our love for them. I mean, it's mind blowing.
Salaki, go ahead.
No, it's just crazy. It's black people down south, especially like in the city like New Orleans. They saying, where all these Palestinians come from? I ain't never seen as many Palestinians protesting. And they saying they want them to join the protest, and the black people is like, well, where were you when George Floyd? Where were you when all these incidents? We didn't know all y'all was in the city,
right?
But they come together when they people hurt.
Yes,
right.
Like they hide. You don't even know it's that many of them. They going coming home. They totally quiet while you suffering and going through what you You know what I'm saying? Where was the Palestinian flag and the Palestinian coalition showing solidarity with us?
Right.
When was we protesting? And then all of a sudden, 100 or 200 Palestinians come up with their flag saying, we are Palestinians for black people or Latino people. Like you said, you don't even know they even in the damn city until something like that. Like Philadelphia. A lot of people don't know Philadelphia got tens of thousands of Filipinos. Tens of thousands. And you would never, ever even know it in the city of Philadelphia. And they live in their own areas. Thousands of them. But let something happen to the Filipinos, and you're going to see 10,000 Filipinos pop up in Philadelphia. You're going to be like, where the hell did they come from? Because they're totally invisible. Forget about the East Indians. Let some serious cause the East Indians to have to protest. You be shocked how many of them come out in your city. You might have 50, 60,000 of them in your city. And meanwhile, when something happened to us, like you said, you brought out an excellent point up. When something happened to us, you don't even know they exist. Even in right outside the city where the school in Philly is at. You understand? It's filled with East Indians and Arabs. But in the city, you never see them. We only see them because the school is up there. But you would never even see them. But let something happen to them. And brother, it'd be so many of them, you'd be shocked. You're like, I can't believe it's this many. Just like you said. So all the nations are here, man. All of them are right here. Patterson, New Jersey. Damn near the whole city is East Indian.
East Indian, yep.
The whole city in Patterson, New Jersey is East Indians. You would never even know it. Nobody cares for us. We are that nation not desired.
That's
and
right.
boy, oh boy, if we don't love ourselves, we got nobody to stand for us. Without righteous brothers standing for us, we got nothing.
Right.
We done. I yield. Good point, Captain Khan.
Yes, sir. That's right.
You know what this reminds me of too? Like remember the whole thing with apartheid with the South Africans. Where our black leaders and Christian leaders was pushing us to support these apartheid until Mandela himself is like, we ain't got nothing to do with them niggas over there.
That's right.
And it's like the same thing here again. It's like a whole push for people who don't want nothing to do with us.
Like apartheid, the apartheid ended because black civil rights leaders, I mean, ones that were direct apostles, if you will, of Martin Luther King, Abernathy and them, direct apostles. And here's the amazing part. During the 80s, when they was fighting for apartheid, those same apostles of Martin Luther King went to the U.S. government for millions and millions of dollars in aid, fight the apartheid, and they got it.
Damn.
Remember, they were supposed to be the ones hated in the civil rights movement. The government hated them during the civil rights movement with Martin Luther King. But when it came to the South African fight for apartheid, all of a sudden, they were like crusaders and shown love by the State Department and got millions of dollars to give to Mandela and them. It was crazy. It was crazy. Same civil rights, and they did it, and they were so quiet about it, meaning they pushed themselves in where you couldn't really see that they were the ones running. Because, of course, they didn't want the question to come up, why these black civil rights move? Remember, Martin Luther King was the only one that died. So where all the rest of them?
Right.
Where Jesse came and stood up, but why they wasn't standing with Jesse?
That's right.
Because they was off in South Africa somewhere trying to save Mandela. And sitting in the background, not letting you see that they were the ones breaking down the whole apartheid system.
Right.
They didn't want black people to come out and say, hey, what are y'all doing?
Right.
You're supposed to be over here getting us more free. You're supposed to be in the fight. You done gave up with us. And They lied to Jesse and told him, look, man, we're going to make you president, which was a lie. Went and got Bill Clinton and made him president. They told him that and gassed him up, and he thought it was, that's why he made that statement when Obama got in. He said he would cut Obama's balls off if he could.
Yeah.
Remember that?
You're right.
That was Martin Luther King's second in command. The great and noble Jesse Jackson, the most rhymeless nigga on the planet. Okay? And meanwhile, he said he would cut Obama's balls off because he knew he was promised the seat of president, which was a full gaslighting, and the rest of them knew it because they went and fought for South Africa. Listen, the state we're in is sickening. It's sickening. At least the Palestinians, in all that they dealing with, they able to fight to some degree the Edomites. They able to make some showing. But you and I, you better hope the Lord be with us.
What you're saying is so heavy too, sir, because for real, they want us to cry for these Palestinians babies when our babies dying by 400,000 a year. You understand? Nobody
still are.
Cancer, and nobody crying for our babies.
And they ain't going to their Arab brothers and saying stop selling drugs to our black brothers.
Yeah, cancer. And they want to complain about being in a prison, open air prison. Well, black people across here, over 2 million of us in prison right now. Not in
and 13 million in an open air prison.
You understand? So you know what I mean. So I don't know. You know what I mean. What you're complaining about? They say boots up, man. And so stop complaining.
Right. They got 5,000 in prison. We got 2 million. They complain.
Lock yourself. If I could, like I said, I would have said the same thing with them Palestinians. Pull yourself up by your Palestinian bootstraps. Just like the Ukrainians. Pull yourself up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like but you know what's so crazy? It's a cautionary tale when we really see these things, because war exposes, it gives us a front row seat to see how these other nations conduct themselves when they oppress.
Right.
It gives us a front row seat because we can sit back and see how much money they put in the country, how much infrastructure they trying to build. All these different things in the middle of war, the Lord is showing you, this is what I've been trying to show you all along. But it took war for you to see it, because you couldn't see it in a time of peace. So war had to happen. So now all the facade can be put to the back.
And also too, sir, like what Kahan bringing out there is so heavy also too, because just take a look at the media and how they suppress black people in the media. You understand? The Palestinians, they're complaining about that right now, that the Israeli, they're holding all the narrative, they have all the money, all their things are being played right now on the news. You understand? But when you look at us, what they've been doing to us on the news, they've been doing to us the same thing. The 6 o'clock news, you read the papers, is about saying the black man is a monster, the black man is a criminal, the black man is this, the black man is that. But nobody come out and say nothing. Yo, what you're doing to these black men is wrong.
Right.
But now the media doing it to them, and now they're complaining. Now they want us to stand up with them. No, you all go hold that. You all barbarians. You all you ISIS lovers. You Nazi lovers.
The new Nazis.
Yeah, you all hold that. We've been holding it for you know what I mean, all the derogatory names. We've been holding that for years, and nobody said nothing.
Hey,
we've been holding the 6 o'clock news for years. Nobody said nothing.
Yeah.
So like Cap, what you that quote they just put on that cap, that's heavy. Where's the Palestinian Martin Luther King? Where he at? And you know what's so heavy? And look, I was thinking about this the other day watching the news. Where are those non-violent black civil rights leaders at now?
Right.
Because see, a boycott can't fix this.
Yeah.
Them Palestinians ain't talking about boycotting nobody.
Yeah.
They talking about unaliving somebody. That's what they talking about. Like it is spilled over into academia. Remember, they tried to stop us, the UPK, from talking about the truth, and then try to shut down critical race theory. Well, now you got some way more worse than critical race theory now in these colleges now.
Yeah.
You got to talk about the geopolitical fallout between two nations, which are two races of people fighting for land and resources and power. Like it's going there. The Lord can make it real for us.
Yep.
So like I yield.
And if I could too, like this today, while we battling them at camp, we brought up how the abortion's been put on us. You know, they say, what do you think about all these Palestinian babies? We asked them, what do you think about all the abortion that happened in our communities? You know what these dogs said? These dogs turned, most like Christ priest. These dogs turned around and said, but y'all do it to yourselves. That doesn't count. Do it to yourselves. Wow. I got a first-hand taste and understood fully well that there's no place for us in this earth unless we ruling over them.
That's it.
That's right.
We have to rule over them.
That's it.
And by that standard, Mashak, they getting bombed by the Israelis. They did it to themselves.
That's right, sir. That's right.
If you want to go by that standard,
yeah, that's
they
right.
did it to themselves.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Not that we on the Israeli side or care about any of them, but if you're gonna treat us like it's our fault, we did it to ourselves. Well, it was Palestinians that come down and hang gliders.
That's right.
Right through the gate in scooters and SUVs.
That's right.
So you did it to yourself.
That's
right. You want to be like they want compassion and love and protest and all of that, but don't want to give none of it to us.
Right.
Everything is our fault. You see the psychological problem. Everything that happens to us is our fault, and nothing that happens to them is their fault.
Right.
Right.
Hypocrisy, like Christ said. That's impossible to live under.
That's
right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's once again, it's why the Lord gives justice. Because without justice, nothing that is wrong could ever be fixed right.
That's right.
Like you're gonna be blamed for everything that happens to you. That means anybody could do anything to you. Because whatever they do to you, they're gonna blame you for it. They're gonna say it's your fault it happened, not the people that actually did it.
That's right.
Right.
All the people that built the abortion clinics, all the commercials about abortion clinics, all the contact about abortion clinics, all the coercion about a young girl not being able to take care of her child, all the coercion about not your career coming in before your child. Nobody's to blame for any of it but us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So either the other nations are too dumb to see the propaganda being pushed on us, or they care so little about it, they don't even care to even look at it. And either way, it's just another lesson to let us know we better care about ourselves.
That's right.
They will never see our suffering.
That's right.
Even if it's the same suffering they're suffering.
Right.
They still saying, like she's supposed to say, you know what, you right. You suffering and we suffering, we both suffer. I say that, but not them. Not them.
No.
They will say, what happened to you, that's your fault. We don't want to deal with that.
Right.
What happened to us, that's a real tragedy.
Right. Right.
That's a real tragedy. You know what I'm saying?
And General, like they will blame us for what happening to us and blame us for what happening to them at the same time.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, the whole thing is crazy. The whole thing is absolutely crazy, man. Like that's why the Lord is drawing them into that war, because they ain't got no compassion for nobody and nothing. And their education could only be written in blood. Their whole curriculum has to be printed in blood for them to get any sort of understanding. These heathens, we cannot beg, plead, negotiate, do a speech, learn the language. There's nothing we can do to make them see us like how they would see somebody else, or see our problems like how they would see another people's problems. The dog lives matter. The damn, the ladybugs matter. The insects would matter more. They always talk about these invasive species. Last couple months in DC, they had you wanting to kill this orange little bug. You all remember that? The big orange and black bug. Saying it's invasive, it's invasive. The white man ain't invasive. The oppressor ain't invasive. These nations ain't invasive. Ain't no insect never put us in slavery. Ain't no insect ever put us in the abortion clinic. But everything they could see a threat and bring justice to something else. But us, nah, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself. You had to stay there. You had to do that. You had to deal with that. Put some ice on that. Show up to work next morning. Obey me. Love me. Give me your love. Give me your heart, your soul. And don't you dare cry for your brother and your sister.
That's right.
Brother, listen, I already tell you, Kahan, I'm telling you, I'm going to Google these missiles tonight and say a prayer for each one of them. Each one of them missiles, I'm going to say a prayer for.
Cap.
Each one of them.
Damn right, Cap. Hey, Cap, you said something. I would like to get a scripture if I can. It's something that you said that stuck out, man. It made me think about this scripture, Cap.
Go ahead,
can I get Exodus chapter 1 verse 10?
Come on.
Like because what you and the rest of the captain said, and Officer Ahmad and the General Commander Junior Hunter brought out, it's just so heavy, and it makes me think about this scripture, and it shows why they have to keep us oppressed, because they really know if we ever come together, there's real power. There's real power in us coming together, especially under the Lord. So I just want to grab this scripture right quick if I can, Baba Kashar.
Kawakan, sir. Exodus chapter 1, verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there followeth out any war,
hold on right there, my brother. When it come to pass, when it follow what?
Any war.
You understand? Like these nations, like I said, they understand. They playing chess.
Right.
They know we a pawn, but a pawn can be powerful if you move it in the right direction.
That's
it
right.
can control the board. They saying if it's any war, if we don't keep these people down, if we have any war, keep going.
Kawakan. They join also unto our enemies.
That's why everybody is fighting for our allegiance and our solidarity.
You're right.
They know that. They are fighting for our allegiance and our solidarity because guess what? They saying, look, man, these people here, they powerful. They know how powerful we are. We serve the Lord. So they got to keep us suppressed. Salaka, sir.
Right.
And if I could just add to you to what you're saying, because what you're saying is strong as hell. Because let me tell you something. They watch us doing all these protests. They watch us protesting and raising hell and getting the attention of the government over, Freddie Gray, George Floyd and the others. They watching that and they want us to put that force behind their suffering.
Yeah. Right.
Meanwhile, you ain't see them when our suffering went on. Tazaliah wrote they were at City Hall in Philly in large numbers protesting last week.
Good night.
Now, once again, who even knew there was large numbers of Palestinians in this area in Philadelphia? You understand? But she said they was out there in large numbers, which means they came out the woodwork because they hate us more that we don't put that kind of energy behind their suffering.
That's right. Yeah.
But meanwhile, they want you to put that energy behind their suffering. But if you bring up yours, it's your fault. Nah, man, we done with hypocrisy on the earth.
That's right, sir.
We done with hypocrisy in this place. You know, man. Rick W said, RCKW says, save the whales, protect the honeybees, but keep the Hispanic kids in cages. So wrong. So right. You so right, RCKW, you are right as you could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? Save the whales, protect the honeybees, but the Hispanic kids, we're gonna put them in cages. You so right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, man.
Yeah.
Harlem Meech said this. He said, stop resisting. You right. They tell us stop resisting. Like that's cold-blooded. They need to stop resisting the Israelis, huh? That what you? I'm not sure that's what you say, Harlem Meech. If you saying that, that's hilarious. Because that's what they tell us. While they killing us, stop resisting. While they beating the hell out of us. So the same applies to them if they don't want to stand for our cause. And it's so righteous to finally see blacks and Latinos get to the point where they don't just put their whole heart behind everybody's suffering. They now begin to weigh whether or not this person has put their suffering behind us. I mean, put their energy and strength behind us. America could never do to us what they've done to us if the other nations stood up for us.
That's right.
They got a voice in the UN. They on the UN Security Council. They could condemn the U.S. for all kinds of things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They could put sanctions on their heads.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah. Harlem Me said, yes, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
So like, General, what you said is so heavy too. And that's the thing you just said is the exact thing that traitor, that clown, Amari Stoudemire got mad at us about. He literally wanted us to side. He said it. He said, and for all you black people that's trying to pretty much. I want to get his words right. He said what you said, General.
Go ahead.
Like he was mad that black people weren't speaking up about the situation, even though we didn't have enough information. It's like he wanted us to just blindly support Israel without even having any information about it. And it's like that's he thinks like the oppressor, because that's how the oppressor and all these nations think, General. So what you said is so heavy, sir.
Listen. If I could go a step further, let's say we did have the information.
Right.
Even if we had the information, since when is it our obligation to speak up because of the horrors that happen to another nation, especially a nation that don't stick up for our horrors?
Exactly.
Right.
A nation that's bleeding us to death.
Right.
Between the real estate and the entertainment industry, you understand? They make trillions off of us.
That's
right.
You know what I mean? They got weapons and tanks and soldiers to protect them.
Right.
And he mad that we don't speak up. They don't need nobody to speak up for them.
That's
right.
You see what they doing to Hamas? What they need somebody to speak up about them for when they got the ability to bring justice for the injustices that happens to them.
That's
right.
Why in the hell they need us to step up and say he mad, old dumb stupid coon? He mad and don't even know the reason he should be mad.
That's right.
The Israelis don't need sympathy and mercy.
That's right.
They know how to bring justice and have the ability to bring justice on whoever comes up against them.
Right.
So they don't need us to be speaking up for them. We need somebody to speak up for us because we can't get it. Somebody decided to destroy us. That's it. The smallest backward ass country in Africa with the lowest GDP in the world. If America didn't stop them from attacking us, they could come in here and send millions of us into slavery. And if America didn't say, well, you on our sovereign land, we would just be going back into slavery under the poorest African country in the world, and we'd be making them rich for 400 more years.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about why the hell we don't speak up. You understand? They don't need nobody to speak up. You didn't see the Israelis saying that. Of course, a good coon would do it, but you didn't see the Israelis saying, why black people ain't speaking up for us? You see what happened to us? We've been attacked by Hamas. They ain't say none of that.
Right.
Because they know they can do what it takes to get justice. They killed more babies. Okay, they killed more babies in Gaza in the last week than the amount of soldiers that got killed in the Iraqi war.
Damn.
On the American side. Now feel that for a minute. That's how much. That was just the babies they killed. Never mind the men and women they killed. They killed 4,500 babies in the last couple of weeks. They don't need nobody to speak up for them.
Right.
You come down with hang gliders and go into their country with pickup trucks and shoot up and kill people and kidnap people. 2 weeks later, 4,500 of your babies gonna be dead.
Right.
Plus women and men. They don't need a spokesperson.
Right.
They don't need nobody to speak up for their suffering. You understand? I can't wait till we have a nation that has that power.
That's right.
I can't wait till we have a nation that has that power. We can say to the heathens, oh, don't cry for us. Don't even worry about it. We know just what to do for this shit you did to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's a goddamn clown. Excuse my French.
Answer Slack, yes, sir. Like you right now in this time, man, if you are Palestinian, right? And let's say you're trying to show sympathy to black people right now. They're going, how the Palestinians gonna look at you? You understand? You showing that you don't care about your own people. You understand? Like, why it is I'm crying for you when my people starving.
That's
and
right.
My people on the border. What you know what I mean? I will be go ahead, sir.
No, Salaki, I was just gonna say, and you never cried for us.
Yeah.
That's the point that kills me. You never cried for us.
Yeah.
I just read where Tazaliah brought out they had thousands of them protesting in Philly. You had thousands. They were going to jail in Washington, D.C. They was all up on the Capitol steps getting arrested. It was thousands of them in D.C. Thousands of them in different places around. I didn't know the Palestinians had this many people outside of Gaza Strip, man. Meanwhile, it's filled with them over there in different states and different cities in this country, and they coming out and protesting. Damn that. You mean to tell me they've been around all this time with all this going on and all our suffering and tragedies and hangings and lynchings and cop shootings and false arrests and women dying in custody under police officers, all of that on top of the regular normal racism. And you bastards ain't came out one day for us.
Right.
You ain't bring them Palestinian flags out and say Palestinian for justice for George Floyd. Not one day.
Right.
Damn that. We are the nation not desired. I yield.
That's right.
That's right.
Come on, God. I some footage here. I'm trying to get some footage here from London today, where they going in a full out chaos, attacking the cops and all kind of thing. You know, saying they're marching, and once again, you know, that's not who bombing them.
Right.
That is not who bombing them, but they know for sure they got, you know, they got that a little bit of sanctuary in these countries, and sanctuary, you know, where they ain't want to do anything to them. But this is them here today. It's ridiculous.
Like, they know how to stand up. The boy you put it so right. Where is the Palestinian Martin Luther King? And you show you, like you said, the British ain't do nothing to them. Why aren't they out there peacefully protesting? Like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King. Really, they're violent. They're just as violent as the Israelis.
Yep.
Both sides of them is just as violent as each other. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you out there quietly protesting and showing your flags and showing your signs? You want to hurt somebody for what's happening to you over there. You want to hurt somebody. You understand? Because you violent like they are.
That's right.
We don't need to be in the middle of that. You never stood up for us.
That's right.
You're not our ally. You're our grocery salesman.
That's right.
You're not a goddamn ally. You're the chicken man.
Yeah.
That's who you are. You ain't our ally. We ain't all in it together in the ghetto. You eating off the ghetto. We dying in the ghetto. You know what I mean? You come to the ghetto to get rich. We come to the ghetto because we've been forced into this hell.
That's right.
We're not the same.
Come on. And they getting forced together too by this religion too, sir, because a lot of them ain't even actual Palestinians. There's these Afghans who they bring into the country, these Somalians, these North Sudanese. They all just seeking some sort of commonality under this Islam banner and doing what Islam do best, intimidate you until they recruit you into their ranks. And now you just part of the march going forward, part of the wave going forward, because they think if they swell enough, they could do something. They don't understand the Lord, priming them into that third world war.
And if you in America and Great Britain and you're a Palestinian, surely there's an airline that can fly you over there.
Exactly.
Surely you can get a ticket.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Get you a ticket, man, and get in there with your people, man, and carry some of them buckets of water.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Drive one of them ambulances. I know you're not a drive if you're here in America. Go over there and get in one of them ambulances, man, and get them babies into that hospital so they can get some medical care. You worrying about what we do.
That's right.
Right.
What you worrying about us joining in the march with you, man? You don't need us. The world is having sympathy for them. You know what I'm saying? The prime minister of Saudi Arabia spoke up on their behalf. We ain't never had a head of state speak up on our side, ever.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The Queen of Jordan was on TV the other night. The Queen of Jordan was on there, raising hell on CNN about the way the Israelis is dealing with the Palestinians. An actual queen spoke up on the Palestinians' behalf. They don't need our help.
Right.
They don't need our help. Palestinians raise millions of dollars in America with their businesses and supermarkets and chicken joints and so forth. They don't need our help. They don't need our help. Nobody's coming to our rescue but Christ.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming to our rescue.
Right.
When we got delivered, anytime you read about it in history, from the days of Moses on up, anytime we got delivered, it was because of the hand of the Lord. Nobody came for us.
Right.
One time we had mercy and received mercy from Darius, who allowed us to leave and start our nation back up. But we didn't receive any help from anybody anytime we went into captivity. So don't act like we allies. There she go. That's the Queen of Jordan, man. She got the ear of the king, and she's speaking on their behalf.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. And once again, like you brought out earlier, which is so heavy, and I'm gonna yield, is that I could see them saying, at least, listen, y'all done suffered, we suffering, but right now we ask you to stand with us. I could give a little more respect for that. Now, I could really respect it if you say, listen, we in our time of trouble, we protested with you in your time of trouble. So we're asking you to stand with us in our time of trouble. I could see them having an argument. It'd be a hard-pressed argument, you know what I'm saying? But we go through our suffering. We bring up our suffering. And you say it was our fault.
Right.
So we don't have no right to protest because everything that happened to us was our damn fault. But you want us to stand up and protest for you. Nah, brother. That's evil as hell.
That's right. That's right, sir.
That's as evil and hypocrisy and witchcraft for you to expect that from us. You would not expect that from no white nation. Like they ain't even going to white people in Great Britain and say, stand with us over Palestine. You know this ain't right. Like why they ain't arguing with the British citizens or the American citizens, man? And tell them, you know, we supported your country. We built businesses and paid you taxes. You understand? We was good citizens to you. Don't let them destroy Palestine. I can see that. So
right.
You can get a good argument with the United States government or the government of Great Britain, United Kingdom. You can get a good argument with them. But what could you argue that you did for us? That we should stand up with you? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. All you did was bleed us dry like everybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now the Israelis going to turn Gaza into a parking lot.
That's right.
You want us to stand up while accepting that everything that happened to us is our fault. But stand up for yourself. And listen, and they say it with an expectation like you supposed to buy it.
Yep.
Which show you how brainwashed this world is, in that them saying it's your fault supposed to be like a reality for you. You're supposed to say, yeah, you're right, we did it to ourselves. Like you're supposed to think like that according to them.
Yeah.
And sadly to say, many of us do think like that and would have agreed with them.
That's right. That's right, sir.
And you telling me these prophets of God to come out and speak against the mad hypocrisy that exists out here in this air over us and them and the Israelis and everybody else? We need men of God, man. We need men of God to speak out so that the narrative don't just get swept under the rug.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that there's some verbal pushback for the heinous way we are described and looked at. 400 years of suffering, it was our fault. Come on, man. Come on, man. No, man. No. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Close down the chicken joint, get you a ticket.
That's right.
You got a nice 7-hour flight right on into Egypt.
Right.
Touch you right down, stay at the Cairo hotel. Get you one of them Egyptians with a scooter. You jump on the back with your little bungee bag on your shoulder. He will zoom you right up to the Gaza border. And man, spit the dust and dirt out your mouth and walk your ass across that border and go help them Palestinians, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Give them the help and the love that they need and deserve and want, according to you. I'm gonna stay right here in the ghetto and help these black people.
That's right.
Latinos and Native Indians.
That's right. That's right.
Salaka, sir.
That's right.
John.
Hey, and I said this earlier, General. I'm still waiting on them to ask what side the LGBTQI community gonna stand on.
Oh God, that's why I love you on this show. You about as controversial.
I just want to know what side the rainbow gonna shine on. Is it gonna be on the Palestinian side or the Israeli side? I want to know what does it have to do with the price of peace in Palestine? I'm waiting, General.
Oh my God. You right. You right. You absolutely right. I can't say you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like what side? Like they surely ready to batter us into the ground for saying that it's a sin against God according to the Bible. So what side are they standing on? Are they for the Israelis, the Palestine, or are they saying there's a third invisible race trapped inside each one of them?
Right.
Waiting to come out.
That's right.
You know, man. You gotta help me understand that one.
That's right.
By you.
Come on, come.
Yeah, and they're so wild when the broad said y'all did it to yourself. She went on to start to talk about our women, as if like really to sit back and hear them. They just talking down to us all the way. Y'all did it to yourself. Your woman so and so, and your woman do this, and I was like, okay. I was okay. Guys need to fall into the ocean. That's what he does. Just break the hell off and fall into the bottom of the damn sea. And then no different than any other heathen. Like in their time when they're under pressure, they just turn and run over whoever they think they can just run over to make themselves feel a little better, to make the oppression they get in a little easier. It's like some sort of spiritual medicine for them. Like, you know, they can't really rise up against whoever. So they just run over somebody, make themselves still feel all right. We still good. We still better.
Yeah, we can't do nothing about what the Israelis doing, so we'll just take a dump on black people and Latino people,
right,
and blame them for it. Well, okay, no problem. When the Israelis level their city, turn all their men into falafel salesmen, and turn their women into whores for rich, disgusting, nasty Israelis that want to go down there and buy them for $2 a pop. Then maybe they might say, you know what, you black people, you was right. It wasn't your damn fault. What happened to you happened to us. Maybe then they'll be able to see what the hell we went through. Because right now, nobody can see it.
That's right.
Nobody sees it but us. Man, it's just like the scripture said, he that killeth thee shall think he doeth the Lord a favor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way it's looked at right now. Christ put it best. Christ said, until the days of John, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. That's what's happening to us. We suffer violence, verbal violence. Verbal violence on our back for everything that's happened to us and been done to us. We are violently attacked spiritually as though it's our fault. It burns in our soul to hear a heathen blame us for the things that have been done to us in slavery. It burns in our soul because we know how wrong that is to say it. To say that to us is to say everything they did to us, you should blame yourself for. Well, guess what? Every bomb, every building they level, every dust cloud, every hospital that goes black, let's see if you're going to blame yourself for it. Instead of what you've been saying. You've been blaming the Israelis for it. Blame yourself then if you want us to blame ourselves. Otherwise, shut your goddamn mouth and recognize that when we say we oppressed, it's just like when you're oppressed. You understand? How you gonna be getting bombed by the Israelis and oppressed, and you ain't got no kind of empathy or understanding for other oppressed people? Why the hell should anybody come to your rescue when you got no sympathy for other oppressed people? Like a man gets oppressed, the first thing he understands is other men that are oppressed.
Right.
If you lived in oppression, you understand and recognize it immediately. But for you to be oppressed and under oppression, and you can't see no oppression on us, brother, we invisible here. We are invisible.
And Salakia, sir, he's saying it's so heavy also too, sir, because for real, let's say, you know what I mean, we take the oppressor side. Israeli side. What is going to be our position once you win the war?
Right.
You understand? No, let's say we take Hamas side. What position are we going to be when they win the war?
Yeah.
I'd rather take nobody's side, but I mean blacks and Hispanic side.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, show me a side where we're gonna be on top, where you know what I mean, all this turmoil, all this fighting and bickering, the wild man and the man blessed by the sword doing. I want a world where we are on top of them, showing them how to live side by side in peace.
Yeah.
You understand? Because the both of them, you know what I mean, dragging us into a hole. I shouldn't say us, but they're dragging the whole place into a hole right now. You can't go to a gas station without saying a prayers. I mean, facing the east and saying a prayers. Because the gas so high because they want to fight and bicker. You understand?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? They are poor landlords. And I ain't taking none of them. Nobody's side.
Cap. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Salaki.
No, go ahead, Cap.
I just want to say one thing too. It's so heavy because the Bible say that that hell beneath is gonna be moved for them. Like they thought hell was stationary to the ghetto.
Right.
They thought it was fixed to the ghetto, but now it's moving to where they at.
That's
and like the general brought out, the Lord, He's gonna show us. Like for years we thought it was us, there was something wrong with us, but He gonna show us through all these other nations going to war how they respond and how they act, and He gonna show us. You gonna see that. Guess what? Look at how other nations do when they oppress. He's showing us, man. Like, it's not a moment of equality, but it's equilibrium. Meaning, like the Bible say, that cup gonna be passed to them. Yeah. They gonna get the drink of that same cup we got the drink of. The Lord said they gonna drink the dregs of it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be bitter. Some of them gonna want to throw up because they can't handle even a portion of what we handle.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the general brought out, like we suffering violently. Our king, even our king, the character assassination on him that they said by making him a white man. That's character assassination.
Yeah.
Like these things, man. Like, but it's like the general brought out. We getting closer and closer to the end, man. And this is, I mean, it's a moment of clarity.
Yeah.
It really is a moment of clarity for us because there is no peace talk right now. There ain't nobody saying that we nonviolent. Everybody want to make an example out of somebody over there right now.
Yes, they do.
You got Lebanon on the edge. They ready. They itching to get involved. You got Turkey. You got Aragon up there in Turkey. He was talking about he wanted to bring back the Ottoman Empire. You know where he's about to go. He had way out his mind talking about he want to bring back the Ottoman Empire, General Salah.
God damn.
They said we got to stop him before he even get involved in this.
Yeah.
God.
Salaki, I yield.
They better send him a check or something.
And notice he ain't hearing nothing about Ukraine and Russia right now. He ain't hearing nothing about Ukraine and Russia. When this dust settles, they would done put something in place right there to where Putin gonna overthrow their ass. They done getting distracted with this thing down there. He gonna move and position big time. Like this thing ain't ready to just fall over on its side. Fall over on its side, and they're all going to be under so much pressure. Because like that point you brought so general about how they want us to be invisible, but we are invisible, but we ain't invisible like how they are. Like they could hide and go to their slavery and have families, and we don't see them, and we only see them now. We the type of invisible that you don't want to see. Like if they could white us out and not see us at all, they would do that. They would just do that. We like an eyesore type of invisible. And now the Lord is making them an eyesore. People, after a while, give it 1 or 2 more weeks, people are gonna be tired of hearing about Palestine and Israel. They're gonna be streaming and binge watching on Netflix. They're gonna be tired of hearing about them, just like everybody was tired of hearing about Ukraine. And they're gonna now they're gonna be the ones who everybody wants invisible. And the Lord are turning this thing all the way over on them, and the world getting to see these people need somebody better over. And they need slavery. They're too idle. They're too idle. They need slavery. They need oppression. It'll help them.
You're right.
Fully help them.
And let me tell you something. It's a good point you brought, because they, you know what their life is like? They're like when you go and murder somebody unjustly, and now you ain't got no way to hide the body. You got to come home every day and look at that dead body of the person you murdered. You can't stand that dead body because it reminds you of the murderer that you are. You want to get rid of that body so you can stop thinking about the murder you committed. That's why the Lord said their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city. That's us. We a dead body lying in the streets that he can't get rid of. Like he bombed Iraq and came home and feels wonderful. But he bombed us and he came home and we was there, laying dead on the ground. And we in his ghettos and on drugs, and every evil thing he did to us, he did. And guess what? We sitting here dead in his face. And he can't stand the guilt of what he did. And he can't stand the constant. That's why they be saying, well, how long are we supposed to have to, pay reparations? Or how long we have to, be guilty for what happened in slavery? We wasn't back then. Those were our parents or whatever. They don't want to have to deal with the dead body.
You're right.
You committed the murder. The body is there. The evidence is there. You better admit you're the murderer and go to jail like you're supposed to.
That's right.
And they don't want to have to do that. You know what I mean?
Come on.
You know what I mean?
And that's you're so right, sir, because that's what the Israelis don't want to admit to, being murderers. To them, this is justice. Murdering babies is just, babies and women and civilians, they're just casualty. You know what I mean? But they don't want to be looked at as murderers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why they're in the UN and trying to, trying to get, people to coincide with them. Because they want to go in there and just wipe out everything. Dog, cat, chicken, whatever move. You know what I mean? Getting attacked. Whatever.
I thought you a real Benjamin. Dog, cat, chicken, whatever.
Whatever moves they want to kill. You know what I mean?
And it's funny you say that, because they trying to push them off the land. All that bombing can't be just to take revenge on Hamas and make them give up the hostage.
No.
That level of bombing means you want to remove the people off of that land. They done with Palestinians living in Gaza. Either they go in to live on boats in the sea, or take their ass south to Egypt, is what they trying to say to them. They gonna take over that land. Olivia Arnold, you had a good point. She said, like they did Emmett Till. Emmett Till's mother was wise. She said, don't close him up in that coffin. I want them to see what they did to my son. She put the death of her son on display. And that picture has lived on up until this day. And anybody that see that picture know, damn, look what they did to this little boy, supposedly for whistling at a white woman. Like they make their lives and children's lives extremely valuable. So valuable you couldn't dare whistle at them, or you end up like Emmett Till. But our lives are so unvaluable that we die and they act like, well, it's your fault. You know what I mean? And the you is really just your fault. That's how little value they put on our lives, while they put value on their lives so much so that a whistling is worth the death penalty. That's the hypocrisy of this place. And that's why it was so right for his mother to leave his casket open so that they could see what they did. Olivia Arnold, that was a good point. You know what I'm saying?
General, you remember that this probably was a term they probably would use 20 years ago when they had the war in Kosovo with Bosnia and the Czech Republic and the and that whole USSR. They had a term they call ethnic cleansing. They would say there was ethnic cleansing in the land. They ain't talking about that now, though. They ain't saying there's ethnic cleansing going on. They ain't saying nothing about that, because of course the small hat they're trying to paint him as this is self-defense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
they got hostages. No, go ahead,
Yep.
Michelle. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yep, like as you're saying, they had the hostages, they taking the babies' heads. He went on TV with Britain Prime Minister, who is one of them. The damn mayor in London is an Arab, and he went on TV and saying the Palestinians or Hamas is the new Nazis and they're the new ISIS, ramping up the whole thing. And this is just straight up ethnic cleansing they're doing, and nobody calls out anything.
Listen, you right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and black people, Latino people, Native Indian people, you should say to yourself, what happens if one day they wake up and say, you know what, we sick of these cities full of crime. They could be even orchestrated. Same way the Israelis let them come over with them hang gliders and them pickup trucks just so they could bomb the hell out of them. They might be the reason you turn on TikTok and see black people running in the Rite Aid and the CVS stealing all of the drugs and all of the toiletries and snacks that out of the damn store. They might want all this on tape of rioting and people fighting and all of that violence, because really increasing the crime. Because what if they wake up one day and say, you know what, we just can't take this no more in America. Mass shootings, drugs, crime. We're going to give black people an area for themselves. And then decide to push black people out of each one of these cities, man, and push us all into some area so they can slaughter us like they did the Palestinians. This man is capable of anything, man. Who knows what he's capable of? I don't want to put thoughts in his mind, but he's very capable of anything when it comes to us. And we should be vigilant for it. And we should love ourselves enough to foster right decisions based on our love for each other and our love for our people, so that we don't make bad decisions and selfish decisions and stupid decisions because our mind is not focused on what it should be. Palestinians don't need our help. They out there protesting and pushing Palestinian rights.
That's right.
They don't need our help. And they getting money, and you should see the money coming from them charities. Them old Islamic charities, all those rich ass Arabs that got all that oil money and all that, and feeling compassion for other Arabs and other Muslims. They send the Palestinians truckloads of money. Half of the trucks coming in there probably full of cash, full of U.S. oil money dollars coming in there to support them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, currency.
So damn that. Like, what if? My question is, I'm watching this bombing. My question is, are they going to do that to us? Is our day going to come? Are they going to empty us out these cities one day? Are they going to say we can't tolerate the violence and drugs and so forth? Black people must be moved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are they going to set up a false flag operation and have black people do something and then let that be the cause to go to hell off and kill and slaughter us? That's why the ISUBK don't affiliate with no other nation. You ain't getting us caught up in no false flag operation.
That's right.
Make us look like the terrorists when you've been looking at the real terrorists, the Arabs, for years.
That's
now
right.
all of a sudden you're gonna look at us as the terrorists, and God help us.
That's right.
God help us if we ever come out and do a mass shooting like you do,
That's
or
right.
whatever the case may be. Man, you'll burn our cities down like you burnt down Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wilmington, North Carolina,
That's
and
right.
so many, many more cities that you burned to the ground. Durham, North Carolina,
That's
burnt them cities to the goddamn ground over whistling at a white woman or whatever supposed illude act that you came up with. Damn that, man. You know what I mean? I yield.
Answer like yes, sir. They should listen to you a little more, sir. You try to save this. You try to save Enrico before he went to do his bid.
Yeah, you're right though. That's right.
You was on there trying to.
Yeah, Salaki, I yield. Go ahead.
No, so like you said, you was trying to warn him. You know what I mean? You can't go fight their fight, because when the going gets hard, you know what I mean, is you're behind the grass. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're behind in jail cell. Nobody crying to get you out right now.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You try to warn him, and just like you warn him, black people not to choose a side. Choose Christ's side.
That's
choose a
it.
black man's side.
Yes, choose your side.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like the Christian church is to blame for all this. Christian church, let us accept mediocrity. Let us accept, you know what I mean, being last all the time. You know what I mean? Islam, let us accept being last all the time. All these religions make us accept being the co-star, not the star, but the UPK. We the star. You understand?
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? You go follow them.
And now that example you bring up there with Tari, with the Proud Boys, is so perfect because he wasn't even there when they rioted. Remember, he was already locked up for pulling down the flag in the church. And they turn around and blame him. He's the Israelite amongst these heathens, fighting other heathens, but it's his fault. It's a damn near like a little microcosm example for us.
Yeah.
Like we gonna go protest, and somehow the Israelis and the Palestinians gonna look up and say, these people here is really their fault.
Yeah.
They got they influence and they started the riots or whatever. They gonna turn on us. They gonna blame us.
Imagine that. Your country getting bombed into the Stone Age. And we say, yeah, we suffered too. And you say, well, that was your fault. You got to be the coldest beast on the planet.
That's right.
Because anybody that suffer always understands the suffering of others.
That's right.
Yeah.
Except for some of these heathens. These heathens be in the midst of their suffering and still don't dare you think that a Negro is suffering wrongly.
That's right.
Utterly amazing.
Yeah. Joe, your audio, your mic, I don't know if there's a call came in or what. Your audio just, it went kind of low. 1, 2,
1, 2 right now. Is it low?
It kind of like how to describe it. Like it ain't coming through.
I'm gonna go out and come back in. All right.
Come on.
Okay, come on.
That's a lock. If I could, sir.
You go ahead, Cap.
Like the general was saying, they won't even allow us to trauma bond.
Right.
We can't even trauma bond with these people. Like even the lowest of the low can trauma bond. We can't even say that our suffering is similar to yours.
No.
Or we suffered. They won't even allow it because they have to control the narrative.
Our suffering too black.
Yeah.
It's the water.
Our suffering is too black. It's too Our suffering is too way too black for them. They ain't gonna be having that at all.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
You gotta have solidarity with us, but we can't come a bond with you.
No.
That's heavy.
Right. Hey, big shout out to Sawapia Allah Banyumya, Shalom Trinidad and Tobago. Getting it in, man.
That's it.
Damn right.
So, like, if I may too, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Kamakan, sir, and Captain Ayathak, what you said is so heavy because it brings the point home when you look at it. Nobody is getting upset or nobody calls the Israelis or the Palestinians evil for simply siding with their people.
Right.
Like nobody, nobody is looking at them and saying that's wrong. But we've been taught by the Christian leaders, the Christian church, and that philosophy that we're wrong now for simply siding with our people. Like it has to be where, we have to have some type of reason or some type of, like it's like for us to side with a brother just because he's black, that's to society, that's lowbrow. Like brother race, like because I talk to people on TikTok all the time on the panel, and they always want to say brother race is such a surface level thing. It's like they try to make it seem like we low level because we gauge everything by race. But nobody has made the Israelis and Palestinians feel that way. And it just shows, I thank the Lord for the truth and the water commander Johanna, because if I were not in here, I would feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like the Christian doctrine is the reason why we can't even look at ourselves and feel sorry for ourselves. But then we have to feel sorry for every goddamn else people. And it's disgusting. It's diabolical. It's like, damn, it's draining. And it's like, it really, without the truth, there is no hope. Because it's like, here we are suffering the way we are, but then we have to keep feeling sorry for everybody else. To hell with that garbage. To hell with that.
And we got to blame ourselves for our own suffering. What you saying?
Right.
That's the part of oppression that no oppressor understands. He never understands that oppression is living over your head 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He does not understand that. And it is real as, your hand in front of your face that this is going on, man. That you got to constantly, like you said, show love. Can y'all hear me?
Cancer.
Come.
You got to show love for these other heathens. When meanwhile, they get to blame you for yours. It's like you never get to have justice. Once again, that's why Edomites didn't understand when black people cheered because OJ got off. They didn't understand it. When OJ Simpson beat that case, people were cheering in the office. Why? Because finally, even though it was a fucked up case, and who knows if OJ shanked that bitch with the 12-inch stiletto. If it don't fit, the nigga still might have did it. In America, if it don't fit, you still convict.
Right.
That's the real American lie. You know what I mean? What was his lawyer's name? Cochran?
Yeah, Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran had to rephrase the whole terms of the case.
Right.
Yeah.
He had to re-educate the public on basic justice. If it doesn't fit, you can't convict, or you must acquit. He had to re-educate their mind. He had to re-educate their mind on the most basic principles of justice, because the principles of justice was so twisted against black people, and black people cheered. Nobody liked OJ. OJ was an old coon nigga that loved to be in the white world and hated black people.
Right.
But he became the poster child for black people needed a win in the corner. And so when he beat the case, of course, we cheered him on, because we suffer, a horrible, horrible sense of injustice by the people who say it's our fault.
Yes, sir.
Which is why we should give no solidarity to anybody else. You know what I mean? When people say love is the answer, that's true. But the love is the answer when it comes to us loving us. Then we're gonna get some goddamn answers.
Yes, sir.
This place is horrible against us.
Yes, sir.
And once again, they'll bomb the Palestinians and they're gonna protest worldwide. They bomb us in these ghettos and tell us we got to move off the land. Everybody gonna be saying that's a good idea, because they not my business, and they robbing and stealing, and they ain't never got themselves together. They ain't never pulled themselves up by their bootstrap. You should run them off. There'll be so much justice for the Edomites that do this to us. I bet you the Palestinians will be the same ones that's getting bombed right now. Be the same ones coming out and say, well, America got a right to defend itself. America got a right to stop crime going on all over the country. America, they'll be the same ones saying that, man. Damn that. Salak, I hear.
That's right, sir.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's so heavy. You know what I mean? What everybody's saying too towards, the situation. Because for real, like you sit back and watch how they're being dealt with. Like they're telling us, they're blaming us for the condition that we are in, right? Now, if you're really blaming us for the condition we are in, then Hamas had no right to go do what they do. They should have just lived with the oppression. Just live with it. Learn to deal with it. We learn to deal with it, right? It's our fault we dealing with the oppression. It's our fault we under oppression. But then you all live with it. You know what I mean? When Esau, when the oppressor, when he sniff when he has to live a day like us, he fits in to commit suicide. You understand? Like nobody wants to live like us. Nobody wants to be us, but everybody wants we help. Everybody wants us to join. Nobody. You don't want to live like us. You don't want to come down in the trenches. Get in the trenches. You know what I mean? We're in the trenches every day. We've been like this for 400 years. I come from the Caribbean, from Trinidad. You understand? I was oppressed just like the black man here in America and did not know, didn't understand it until I came in the truth and I met Commander Jerry Hanna, and he taught. He had to open my eyes and show me, what's going on down there is the same thing going on up here.
Right.
You know, lace your boots up and let's go on them streets.
Listen, here's what they need to do. As them bombs blowing up them cities, they need the Israelis to put their ear and hear, we shall and maybe the Israelis might stop bombing, because maybe they'll say, look, they are crying on to the Lord. Because that's what we had to do. We had to sing "We Shall Overcome" while they were splitting our heads open, raping our women and killing them. We had to sing, you know what I mean?
Hey, General, I don't know if you remember in the middle of COVID, the Italian president had made the jets fly and they played "We Shall Overcome" in Italian because the COVID was kicking their ass.
Yes. The COVID got a hold of them sodomites and it was bad news. They thought the whole Roman Catholic Church was going to have to shut down. They got to sing it. They sung against the demon of COVID because they knew that was a power they could not.
That's right.
So they sang that "Oh, we shall overcome." They sang it.
Oh,
man. Oh man.
Yeah, they say that what they call it, that COVID is not nigh unto slavery. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We need them Negro spiritual. You know
yes.
Them niggas could make it out alive singing.
Yes.
But we might just have a chance.
God. So
boy.
true. So true. Yeah, man. Hey, what time is it over there?
We knocking with 10 minutes to 5 o'clock.
Oh, in England.
Come, cuz.
I mean in DC. Since all these trips we've been taking, man, my whole mindset on the clock is over. It's 9 o'clock over here. I feel like I'm a kilo because I know I'm on some crazy time compared to the real time. What time is it in DC?
10 to 12. It's 11:50.
That's why I'm wiped out. My time zones is all messed up, man.
Hey, God. You became worldwide.
Oh man. So I guess I'm gonna get up out of here now.
Come. Sure. So to Wada for coming on, so I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. It was a real pleasure to get in on it with y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all got a great show. I'm getting on everybody's. I'm gonna be on Black Authentic Truth this week. I got a couple of podcasts I'm gonna jump on this week. I'm trying to hook them up and line them up and start jumping up on them with all the brothers and see if we can push some of these forward, man. So we'll see. You know what I mean? Let's keep on swinging, man. It was a beautiful barbecue out here in California. Big shout out to Gadar Hart. He did a hell of a job out here, man. It was so organized. It was so right. He had a beautiful park, man. The bathrooms was clean and everything. It was a real good experience. The food was off the hook. The music was off the hook. The tribes was all together. Cali's such a beautiful place because all them tribes are here together. You know what I mean? Right. So it was a real good experience, man. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to Captain Cesariak, did the No Jumper, big old podcast. He jumped on that strong. Big shout out to him, right? Big shout out to General Muhammad. Went up in there and rocked the hell out that Thursday night class. It was packed from end to end.
That's right.
A good class about the tribes and them coming together. That was great. General Micah Allah also did a great job out of here on his podcast, Ask You the Prophets. Did it live right out of school in San Bernardino. Everybody just got it in. Big shout out to Q. Q ran with me, man, all weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? We got it in, man. Green tea and herbs and bits. You know how Q gets that. That's right. Q guilt you into some healthy food. We go up in the Starbucks. I'm about to get my caramel frappe on. You know, Q come in there and hit you. Well, you know, if you got green tea, it'd be healthier. By the time he finished with me, I'm in there ordering green tea with macchiato or whatever the hell that is. Espresso Q. I still got some of it right here. Still, got my ass, man. No more caramel frappes for you, man. Big shout out to Q.
That's right.
Doing it healthy, man, like he do, man, holding us down, man. Hey, man, Tawada for having me on, man. I am in the win, Hebrews. Big shout out to every last one of y'all, man. Kahan, you have a safe trip down to Atlanta, man. Do your thing. Mashak, you have a safe trip when you get back. You know what I'm saying? Karate, big shout out to you, man, doing it big dog style in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Nathak, as usual, Nathak getting to host the Passover a second year in a row. Who you paid off, man? You done paid off. Hell, you get the Passover 2 years in a row in both your cities. You definitely paid somebody else. You know, holding that thing down, man, in Durham, North Carolina, doing it again. Kazak, y'all. Hey, man, that speaking you had out there was strong, too, Kazak. Big shout out to you as well, man. You know what I'm saying? You did a great job at that speaking, man. With that fake Israelite came up to you.
Yeah.
Trying to question you, man. So big shout out to that. Hey, man, I'm gone, man. For what, y'all? Let's keep on rocking this truth like we do, man.
That's right.
All right.
Barak.
Shalom.
Shalom. See you all next week out here.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga.
Pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga.
Pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop just stress the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening, is effective. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand about 10%. I don't want to hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him. Just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter. God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow son. Yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.